anyone else with a challenge or an opportunity that we could address as we're coming together today? Or something
Gracie,
that, yes.
it's Winifred.
Hi, Winifred.
Hi.
Wonderful to see you on the line, even though it's your name. I can't see you personally.
So, I kind of can relate to what Jillian's saying and what you said about the sprint, because I think I was feeling like I couldn't get in touch with enough people soon enough. I've been trying to connect with all my team and even my customers. And I've kind of just took a deep breath this week and said, I can only do so much and I can only get in touch with so many people, because I'm finding it's taking a lot longer. Where I used to have a 3 to 5 minute conversation, now it's taking a half hour to an hour. That's something, I guess my challenge is how to show people I care and that I want to hear how they're doing, but not for it to last so long.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes. Because people have this desire and need to connect. We have several innate needs. One is to connect, one is to belong, and we also have an innate need to improve. And so the connection, this is for some people, they're in isolation, meaning that they live alone and that they are alone. And so any type of phone call, they're readily available and excited to hear and have human contact. So even being able, I'll give you a quick tip that I've shared to facilitate. This would still be facilitation because you're facilitating a conversation. And one thing to do is when you do pick up the phone to reach out to someone, to share with them that, again, you respect their time, you honor their time. And so this is something that I've been practicing for several years now and continue to refine, and it's making my conversations thoughtful, heartful, and timely. So especially if you are finding that people want to speak longer. So first things first, I initially, when I pick up the phone to reach out to someone, I think about my intent, quickly think about my intentions for the conversation and the difference that I'd like to make, or the value that I would like to add to this person's life. Then when I pick up the phone, I'm calling them and I'm asking them for them by their first name. So may I speak with Winifred? This is Grace. We met at Coach School in Green Bay, Wisconsin a few months ago. And I want to ensure this is a good time. I'm calling to connect for 2 to 3 minutes. So that would be if I were picking up the phone to connect with Winifred. There were a few things that you'll probably notice. One is I used her first name. Number two, I used my first name and shared where we have relatability. So whether I've met her somewhere personally or someone referred me to her, I'm going to share with this person the origin of our connection. Next, I'm going to make a statement, which is I want to ensure this is a good time. And then finally, I'm going to ask, I'd like to connect with you for 2 to 3 minutes. So what that does is it states to that person, they've thought about what they want to discuss with me. Also, what it's reminding people of is that I, this isn't going to take all day, because sometimes people, there is the opposite side of that where they have 5 and 15 minute increments to work their business or to have any personable connection because they're homeschooling their children, or they're attempting to work their full-time job, or they're also working their part-time business. Or their full-time business. So this is a way to communicate with respect, 2 to 3 minutes. And what I've been on the receiving end of that is people are like, yes, I have 2 to 3 minutes. They're happy that there is a range of time that's been communicated up front. so that they're not irritated in the back of their mind and distracted by how long is this going to take, and gosh, has this been 30 minutes and it's been 30 seconds. So you're going to alleviate that background, I call it that background tension,
Okay.
and be able to set them at ease. Then when you come to that 2 to 3 minute mark, so you're at 3 minutes, mentioning quickly, I respect your time, or I honor your time, and we're coming up on that 3 minute mark. May we continue for another 5 to 10 minutes, or shall we set or schedule a separate time later today or tomorrow? So if there is more that you would like to discuss with them, or you are getting the sense that there's more that they would like to discuss with you, then ask for that permission to continue, or set another time later that day or the next day. The reason for this, and it's very strategic. And what I mean by that is the mind appreciates ranges of time. The mind appreciates ranges of time. It's like this dignity of choice. It's like options. And people love options, and they like to be able to make the decision on their own. The other thing that this addresses is that it's very challenging to build rapport with someone in 1 minute. Do you got a minute? How many of you have ever had somebody say, do you got a minute? And it really wasn't a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more like an hour, more like you were saying earlier, Winifred. So 2 to 3 minutes, and then requesting for a brief continuation of 5 to 10. And then what that does is that aligns with what your vision and mission was originally, Winifred, which is to create connection, to let them know that you cared, and then to be a steward of your time. What it also does is it supports people that you're talking to be clear on, okay, well, what would I want? What would be the most important thing that I would like to communicate with Allison, or I'd like to communicate with Alexandra, or I'd like to share with Jillian, because time is of the essence, versus I've got all day. And sometimes when people think they have all day, they think you have all day too, Winifred. So how was that thought for you?
That really helped. That really, really helped. And I think it's not just the tension from the one end of the other person on the other end, it's the tension at my end too, going, I want to relate that I care, but I don't want to take up your whole day, and I don't want to take up my whole day. Yeah. But I don't want to come across as somebody that, okay, I'm calling you and now I'm going to the next person, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Good luck with that. Peace out. See you later.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Winifred, thank you. What a wonderful point. And I'm certain that many people can relate, and that will be useful for many, because especially if you are making these outbound calls, you're creating an understanding from the very beginning. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Winifred.
Thank you, Grace.